In this video, I want to show you how to prepare the mesh in Maya before you export to Substance Painter. Okay, so one thing that you need to note that when you want to prepare your mesh is that you need to have the proper name, okay, for your low-res object. So in this case, if I have this object, I would call this like front low or maybe a optic low, dial low with the suffix of underscore low at the back. And for my high-res version, I would rename the object accordingly, right, with suffix of underscore high. So the dial underscore low will match with dial underscore high, and front underscore low will match with front underscore high. Okay, now going back to, I'm gonna reopen the file, container low. Now in this scene, this is my low-res version of the object. I'm going to separate it, okay, first, and then I'm going to assign Lambert material. Okay, call this blue, maybe this one, that one is blue. Okay, one of the reasons why I do this way is that whenever I assign a different material, Substance will detect this as a new texture set list, which enable you to hide the object when you're doing your texturing in Substance, which is easier if you have like multiple object or more complex object like this. Okay, so in Substance you can do this if you have like a different material when you set it in Maya. Okay, so for the sake of the simplicity, I'm just going to assign 3 different material for this scene. Okay, and I'm going to assign this as a green Lambert. Call this green. Okay, and these 2, I'm going to assign these as my red material. Okay, now that we're done with the color setting, the next thing that we have to prepare is that we need to kind of combine the object. Now, because this one and that one are sharing the same material, then we can kind of combine this. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to call this like vertical hinge with underscore low or underscore low res. Okay, whatever you want, but you have to make sure the name is naming convention is consistent. So in this case, I'm just gonna type low res, and this one I wanna pull it out. I'm gonna call this cover low res, and these 2 can be combined as one. Okay, maybe I call this like mechanical low res, and for all the rest of this object, I'm going to combine, and I'm gonna call these maybe mechanical 02 underscore low res. Okay, so all the naming convention are consistent throughout the object. Okay, I'm gonna delete my history. Okay, and these are my low res setup. Okay, now at the same time, I also need to set up my high res version. So I'm gonna import this high res. Now if I unhide and I compare the scene, these are actually my high res, and you can see that the object has more subdivision level It's more dense as compared to its low-res version. Okay, now I want to undo. Okay, I'm going to hide dress. And I'm going to do the same thing with my high-res version. So I'm going to separate this, right? And I'm going to rename this. But this time, I'm going to rename this as high-res. So do note that you need to rename this to underscore high-res as compared to low-res previously. And you can assign the same like green if you want. And this one is supposed to be the blue version. Blue one. Yep. Then you can combine. Right, and don't forget to rename properly. So this mechanical high-res. This one with capital C. Okay, so all the naming convention are consistent throughout the scene. And I want to combine this, and I want to call this vertical hinge high-res. Okay, and I want to assign the same red material. And for all the other object, I'm going to combine. I want to call this mechanical underscore 2 in high-res. Okay, and again, delete the history. And now I'm end up with high-res and a low-res version that is ready to be exported. Now, the export procedure, it's pretty simple. So let's say you want to export the high-res version. Okay, all you have to do is select all these and then file and then export, and then you can maybe version 2, okay, and then export it. And the same thing goes with the low res. So I want to hide the high res, show the low res, okay, and go to file, export, and then I'm going to rename this as version 2, okay, and export. And that's how we prepare the file for the step 1 of this PBR texturing workflow.